And I return to TheoTown. Okay, so I think I'm ready to move on and start a new city here. But before I do, I want to build kind of a test city, a little experimental city for a super block, which is essentially going to be a 3x3 grid of these kinds of blocks. So I'm going to build that out here, and I guess we'll just connect it via rail as a cheap alternative. Okay, I do have a little bit of money right down there. So let's get started on that. What do we need first? Wealthy and some industry. Okay, industry I don't know that I'll get, but I kind of want to see if I can turn this into a little wealthy town. So rail is going to cost me a bit of money probably. Okay, well it's not going to be very flat. I mean, building it right here, but that's just a little neighborhood at that point. Okay. Well, before we go too far with that, I want to do a little bit of terrain terraform. Okay, that doesn't cost very much at all. Let's at least just make it look nice, even though I think I'm probably going to end up coming back at some point and maybe just deleting this and starting this over once again. Then the next town I want to build, I think I'm just going to go sandbox mode because I'm kind of tired of waiting for unlocks. I think I'd rather just get straight into the build. I've had a little bit more inspiration for things, especially looking at Steam's, that's not what I'm after, the Steam screenshots and what other people have actually spent a lot of time to build. I think some of those designs would be kind of fun. So why don't we kind of maybe center that around this plateau? Plateau is kind of nice and flat. Could probably continue it to the rest of the map. Sure, let's just do that just for the sake of it and see what that's like. Wasting plenty of money there. And that'll do that. Connect to other cities, yes. And away it goes. Okay, so now we actually have a connection. So, oh boy, this whole thing doesn't really, it's not really flat at all, is it? Maybe I'll have it go off this direction. Kind of wish... Can't set time of day right now, can I? I'm sure there is some way to turn that off. Kind of wish it was daylight, though. Screw it, we'll just let it run. Just let the simulation run. Slow mode. Yeah, so we'll build it on this side of the track. So I'm probably not going to end up building another micro town up there. And actually, I mean, that's not a very small area. I mean, all of this is kind of hilly. Alright, well, let's just pick something and start it here. So we need to do country road. And we'll just kind of go from here. So this is going to be based on a 9x9 grid. Okay, because there's one in the middle. What do I have here? 4, 1 in the middle, 4. But yeah, it is 9 on the inside, not the road itself. So instead, let's just set that as my boundary. There. Country road, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my little micro blocks are going to end up becoming a macro block, a mega block. I mean, this is going to greatly affect my ability to. Okay, let's just for the sake of it. A4 dash 134, so I need to do it again. There. Alright, I can't be bothered. We'll just have to fiddle with that. It's not going to be perfect. God damn it. Okay, that's close enough. So, let's drag her around like this. And now we will do little pavements. I can just go the whole way. I'm not there. Okay, now see, we don't need this. So I'll already remember that in future. But the idea of this layout here is obviously, as I've stated before, to just kind of create a nice little area. But what I also want is to kind of utilize a 9x9 grid. Just for whatever. So let's do that. So actually, though, since it's not connecting all the way like that to make an intersection, I wonder if it's even being used. It apparently is not connected then, right? So now that's connected, so that they would maybe go from vehicle to pedestrian. Anyway, so, you know, like the theory being that I could have it like this, but if I wanted something bigger, I could maybe connect the pavement up and then cut out a chunk and then put like a school there or something. And so it would be versatile, dependent upon the interior pavements, rather than kind of, you know, making weird half blocks and whatever other oddly shaped blocks that I've done in here. It would create the uniformity of a grid, but then allow me a little bit more flexibility on the interior. Okay, this just isn't going to work. It is going to be imperative, however, for this to be built upon very flat terrain. That part's not going to work out so great. See now, this whole area right here is just not going to work for me. But I guess that it would be the limitation of such things. But I could utilize it Like here, I'll just have to play with this and experiment with what I can actually make this. Because it's not going to be what I want it to be. Oops. Doing on that money. Could be a little better. And we can come back down here. So then I'll probably just go in and delete some road things. Now, I don't understand the road removal tool. I don't know if it just removes road decorations or if it actually gets rid of the functionality. So like these intersections that have lights on them that I don't want to have lights, if I remove those lights, will the simulation still think that they are there even though visually they are not? That I do not know. Which is not a terrible thing, I guess, but we don't really need them to be constantly stopping at each of these. Yeah, so this interior bit's a bit scuffed. We'll deal something with that later. But anyhow, no. This. Move road decoration. Oh, no, that does not consider that to be that. What about remove road decoration? I don't think that's a thing here. What other removals do we have? Metro tunnel fence, tunnel pipes zone. Okay, no, I do not have control. Stop that. I do not have control over those lights. All right. Well, that's a little bit of an issue then. Although in some of these blocks, it did. Didn't I make a block somewhere? Yeah, these things don't really tell me if people are actually walking. It does look like they are on the pavements, in fact. But again, I just don't know if... Oh, they are crossing the streets. Okay, well, never mind. That answers all my questions. Okay, well, yeah, in future I will not bring it all the way across the road to create these intersections. But so, let's pretend then, just in our little suburb, first of all, we'll build a platform out here. Transport, train, small station, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and pop that right there. And we will come into public and deco and parking and this one and go this way. Hey, okay. Now, probably shouldn't be right there, but it'll work all the same. Oh, and we actually have one ready to go. I don't know if it'll actually take off and do what I want. So like this block, for example, if I wanted to say turn this into a city center, one where I could have, not that, say like the town hall. Now, the town hall is a 2x, but if I wanted it to be, okay, I mean, maybe this is not the best. Maybe it's not going to lay out very well if I do that. Let's come in here and let's say remove that. And then we will also remove that. So then we will come in with our pavement like that. So now I've created a little area right here, right? So now it would be something like this. God damn it. Management Town Hall, where I would maybe like center that. Yeah, alright. And then come in for the award and like the village square. And I guess yeah, okay. We'll just keep with the pavement thing here. You know, obviously this is a terrible design, but the idea being that I would cut up the block shape to give myself something fun like that. And I guess we'll create a little thing like that. We'll come in with like decoration fence. Well, we'd pick, I guess this iron fence is sort of the nice one. Creates kind of the hedge. Creates kind of an atmosphere here. Damn you. Come on. And we would do tree, how about some random trees? Okay, snow-covered trees. Interesting how it chooses to do that. It does not snow cover anything else. Whatever. So yeah, like you know, we chop it up like this. And then what I was also thinking of doing, at least in a particular situation like this, where we would be kind of a town center, is making like a commercial center for this. Unfortunately, because of the landscape, it's not terribly great for that. So you know what, I think we'll just pull through like that. Come in, do a little bit of commercial like that. Okay, and then the idea would have been to have like a park in the middle with a fountain or something like that, but if I need to adjust things, you know what, we're kind of out here in the firs. Let's keep it going firs. There. And so because of that, then I would not really do like the mixed use blocks where there's a little bit of commercial on either side, but I can still continue to do that. But maybe not here, maybe not in these areas. So let's look for some residential zoning. Continue at least one of the pathways. So we cut through like that. I think I'm going to make this one big and just hope it kind of develops in a little bit of a larger way there. I do think they will walk, so we could do a walkable interior. But I think I want to, oh, right. They're gonna need, got $100,000. Let's grab just like one wind turbine, which is kind of loud out here. We'll stick you out here. I don't know if elevation actually matters. It should. That should be something the game has as part of it, but I don't believe it does. Just come out here with a dirt road, even though I don't know that it needs one. Wires, 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 service there. Wires. There. Inward. Okay. Water tower, tower. Just put one right there. Well, that's gonna cut it, isn't it? We'll put it right here then. Pipes. That looks terrible. There. Another benefit of the 9x9 grid. Allows me to put pipes down the roads and it'll all work. Okay, so kind of got a nice little shopping mall going on over here. Let's do, see, like a park. Okay, let's let it run a little bit now that we got that going. Public park, tree park right in the middle. Bam. Okay. Come in here. So I think for like this, continue that going like that, and then on this block, here's where I'll put a little bit of commercial dabbling along the sides there. I'll make another large residential block there. Well, no, because I can actually make an interior square. Yeah, we'll do the corners. Corners will have little commercial squares right there. That's where I can also put schools, the police, and hospital, and all that crap. See, like this. I don't know what to actually do here. It's cut up all weird. Oh, we are level 11, large city. We got airfield now. City Hall. Coit Memorial Hospital, or Tower Hospital. Baroque Church. Hassan II Mosque. Transport Road. Use this road to connect your gates with your runways. Oh, so it's for airport. And runway and tower. Okay, well, we're big enough, I guess, that the game thinks I can have an airport at 9,000 people. Fair enough. Okay. So there's that going. Now, I don't really have the commercial demand. I don't have the residential demand either. But now that we've kind of got this going, here is where I can take country road. No. Well, I mean, yes, but maybe let's just do dirt road for now. We'll take out a dirt road. And let's see, so it's only, it has to be 4x4 at a minimum, it says. So I can make larger farm zones. I just don't know how far. So why don't we try, let's try like 6. Let's do something like that. And I'm going to pause here because farms develop funky. trains go right by there. Okay, now see, this is something we don't want road decoration on. Damn you. Why is it doing that? Let's see. Nope, they do develop. Okay. So now we can at least kind of do that out here. We can push farm in between here. But I actually do kind of like what's going on here, where the roads are a lot more random, a lot less uniform than this. Feels better anyway. What might feel even better is if I come in and do this. Just change the... Nope. I can't change the look of that. Fine, game. Fine. Now I'll continue looking to do something like that. Just have some weird dirt road like that. Put a pause on that so I can add even more. But we also need to be thinking about the city services out here, so let's do city service. We can afford to do the small ones, and because I've left myself, well, that's too tiny. That's a little too tiny. But because I left myself, you know, these little awkward squares and spaces here. Now, see, I probably should not have that on the inside, but like here would be good. Although that eats into my commercial. Well, that's okay because we're not going to need as much commercial. Sure, fine. Get that in here. Get police. Just judging by coverage. Not going to be very covered down here or up there, depending upon what I do. I could put one right down here. Although it is kind of a... much more something central to like city administration, you'd think. Health, small hospital. Small hospital will indeed work. Perhaps another thing. See, now this does need to be a lot more central. It's just a perfect location right there, really. So I'll have to think about that, like maybe in the corners is where I'd put my city services in a more realistic and ideal version of this. I'll pop one down right there, why not? And then since we're trying to make this also a rich district, we will in fact need a school. Now this could sit... Oh boy, that doesn't cover much of anything, does it? There's not much power left. Real? That is true. Garbage 79%. Didn't I have like this recycling buyback center thing? I did. Does not appear to be helping much. Where am I at? 19,000! Okay, well I don't have too much money, so now I gotta let this thing go. But I can build some money. Is anybody even coming out here, though? Not really showing that. I mean, people are living here, but I don't know if they're just randomly spawning here or not. And the snow is obscuring everything I cannot see. Fantastic. What will a new power plant cost me? Solar panels aren't going to add much. But a gas plant is 28,000. Okay, that's actually fine. 28,000 it is. Can't really put it in line. I can't put it in line. There. 64%. You know what? We'll let it ride. Better dispose of rubbish. Yeah. Too much traffic. Right. I said I was going to upgrade this to an express lane, didn't I? Well, I mean, that's going to cost a fortune. That's a way expensive road. But I could at least do the back end, maybe. Sheesh. Everybody's disappearing there. But yeah, adding a length all the way back here would help that out a lot. And eventually adding the express lane all the way out here. I would actually prefer turning the express into a highway since we haven't tried that yet, but it's still going to cost me a little bit of money. So we are getting demand, but it is not coming out here. Interesting. So it seems to me, well, there is a little bit of building, but it's not taking over like you'd think. I mean, we should be able to wipe that out pretty good there. Medium wealth would just be one level of education. So coming back to this, I guess we'll just pop a school here. Now, this would be a situation where if I was going to curate it, I would create kind of a campus, knock out some of these inner pavements, and maybe like here or something, and add, like I've been doing over here. But just for the sake of coverage, I'll plop one down in the middle. It'll just be sort of a small neighborhood schoolhouse. Hopefully that'll have an impact on this stuff. I really don't like those lights. They don't seem to be having any major issue, but I definitely would not do those in the main build. Seeing more demands. Okay, here it comes now. So it is via train. Can I see that though? Train transport. Well, that doesn't help. I just want to see what kind of traffic this is doing. I want to know how many people are actually coming to the station every day. It's not something I can look at from here. Oh, and of course I did not do my due diligence, and that's not at all what I want. That is not at all what I want. Decoration, parking lot, lights. Which are not turning on, that's disappointing. Handicap. Parked cars. Make it a little more lively. So, not. Those are medium wealth, though. Okay, cool. We are getting a little bit more commercial demand, which is good because now I can fulfill this and that, and I guess we can also put in a park. Let's lower this down here just a little bit. Park. Now, the 3x3 medium park will work just fine. Not enough power. So the transformer does what? I wanted to do a large transmission line to get power from one place to another. I mean, I could do that. It would be within character. I think we can maybe get away with another little wind turbine out here. They're cheap. What did I just do? Damn it. Okay. Shush. So this is kind of what we're aiming for here. A little walkable, even though this is away from it, I think that'll be fine because the idea will be of a walkable neighborhood. Being that people can get inside and all that. So I think at least visually this is a little bit more interesting, and I would like to do a little bit more for curating the neighborhoods themselves. Like they're kind of crammed in and packed in here, but what I would also like to do is start the Gelender building. What the hell is that? Inappropriate for this area. I would also like to do kind of, not really, there it is, not really suburban, but kind of spaced out residentials. So, like rather than have one right next to each other, what I could do is create, well, let's go maybe make one. Don't really have a good space for doing so. Okay, let's pretend, let's pretend right here, for example. Do that. Then remove zone. Let's just get rid of all that right now. Should run slow. So something like that, so that long lots develop, but they would be just like a house in a backyard. And then on the interior is where we would come in and do like trees or, you know, maybe like a little playground area or something. But then I could bring in, it's not that, well, I should probably put down a religious structure around here actually. Let's just say like a wooden fence. Then I don't know, like just put it along these areas to kind of create lots. And so it would space them out a little bit more. It would keep the housing structures smaller, because the 2x2 is going to guarantee almost that they will eventually, you know, develop into kind of like this stuff, which isn't bad, but it's also not, you know, small neighborhood either. I kind of want some of these to, well, so like in Savannah, Georgia, ooh, what are these? These are nice. Not at all what I was expecting to have down here, but in Savannah, Georgia, which this pattern is based off of, they kind of have like row houses along these areas. Well, kind of like this too. I mean, they're not all row houses, but it's similar in that nature, where it is, you know, just like a lot of smaller single-family homes, or in the case of like the row houses, like, you know, one or two households and that sort of thing. But smaller structure. Like this, 3 stories might be bordering a little too much on a little too dense implied, and I don't even know what the smokestacks are about. And like this is weird, but it like this is kind of what we're aiming for. You know, smaller structures with kind of a walkability and green layout. Why are we going upstairs exactly? Why did the dirt road turn into stairs? That's another reason I actually need to landscape and care a little bit more. This game does actually have a bit going for it. in terms of the customizability and what you can actually do if you will sit down and curate it. But like, you really have to be finicky about that. It is very time consuming. Okay, how much is this going to drop me? Only 62 grand. And now we have the backwards expressway. Hopefully that'll help out a little bit there. And the snow. Okay. Well, what did I just see here? Oh. Crime. Whatever. Did this ever develop? Not really. I was hoping we'd get some 3x3 structures out here to fill that in. I don't know how to force that. Ooh, we're getting some mighty dense stuff in here. I guess we're getting condos and crap because of the wealth. So even though it's a 2x2 area, it is becoming much larger than that. It is building up. Another reason, like the spacing, I think would look really good. Again, we're having, well, okay. We're having issues getting people to move in because there's nothing to move in for, I guess. So we could do another park over here, maybe. Ah, religious structure, right. Let's do... Oriental Temple is gigantic. Synagogue, we could do a synagogue. Yeah, we'll get that right here. Bam. Because then that allows me to come in with the parking lot. Not in that. Decoration, parking lot. Alright. So that should start taking care of some of the needs here. So we are seeing them build up a little bit here. They're just not sporadically going in. It's kind of weird that they're not sporadically coming via the transport hub. It should, in theory, be where they're all coming from to get into town here. I see my little commercials are filling in down here, though. So we're getting that at least. Maybe by fulfilling the zone needs, we'll pull people in. Stop telling me about that. Or maybe not. Ah, there we go. That's all commercial. But maybe once the commercial is built, then it'll start pulling in the little residentials. But just because of the... for fuck's sake. Just because of the proportions of... or the ratios of residential to commercial and all that, that's why I need to not completely do this kind of pattern and be fully willing to get rid of some of the commercial zones for a full residential block, in which case I think maybe I could get away with doing like this. See, that's too far spaced apart, but in more of a suburban area, like if I were to kind of draw an area out here with a little bit more sporadic roads, then it might work out all right. 400,000? Okay, why don't we fulfill this idea before we leave here? Connecting up to a highway. Seeing what that does for me. It's a highway ramp. Is highway actually just a one? Going straight from an expressway into the highway is probably not how you do this. Like, you turn onto highways. But I just kind of want to see what this is like. It is a two-laner. Alright, that's what that's like. So... I'm just trying to think of how I would even... I mean, I guess I could take this and loop it. And then it would loop on, and then we'd have the exit. But then you'd have a weird highway thing. Alright, let's just do expressway. Expressway seems to go fast enough. Come out here with this. Sure, fine. Bam. Now, At this intersection in particular, we probably actually do want that to signal. Which it doesn't. It does not signal. Okay, how about country road? We cannot seem to force a signal there. Oh well, whatever. We'll watch people zip back and forth now. Maybe. Anybody interested? Okay, there we got one taxi. And there's one car. Okay. Can I maybe click the trains? No. I was hoping if I could click the trains, maybe it would tell me how many passengers I've got going. There's got to be a way to find that statistic. Well, maybe, Nope, nope, nope. How do we... How do I even just go into something like that? This is probably what I'm after. Neighborhood commercial? There are no neighbors. Okay, that's... No. Education, water, energy, loan, financials. Rating, I mean, transport probably doesn't... Statistics... It's just zooming me out to what... I don't even know what I'm looking at. Inhabitants... It's not what I'm after, really. Show statistics... Oh, that's just that thing. Okay, well that's something that they probably should add at some point. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna start a little village that, oh, okay, well, they're screaming at me for extending my power usage here. Let's drop another one in there, why not? This isn't going to be like the center of town. When I build that city, the next city, I do want it to actually be much more grandiose. And so, but this pattern will be sort of like the neighborhood pattern. So we're not going to have tiny little city halls in that. I don't think I'll have multiple townships over there. But boy, that pollution really does a number. The snow and crap, doesn't it? But yeah, I think I've got an idea now. And I have definitely seen the limitation. I didn't cut a power line, did I? Wasn't there a power line going to there? There might have been a power line going to there. Better put one back in, just in case. That seems wired. Okay, never mind then. Yeah. I've seen the limitation of the idea, though, the design, with, like the terrain and stuff. So as much as I want to, I can't really do interesting terrain designs. Oh, come on. Finally clean up the town just a little bit. All the man-made acts of God. 88%, okay. Well, at this point, we're going to have to do something a little bit more serious with waste disposal. And probably do like a waste incinerator. Or a recycling center. I could actually afford that. Pretty damn big. Recycling center, what? Or waste to energy. Damn it. So they're the same, I just don't... Okay, well, whatever. Now, recycling trucks. Must I build? Oh. For real? That just sits there? Okay. Yeah. Once again, industry, even though it's agricultural industry, puts out way too much damn traffic. And it needs signals, which is annoying. Like, this is hardly... Did I not just say country road? Oh, but it's because it's T-junctions, it doesn't put a... Yeah. What's a fun? Okay, well, whatever. I think we can abandon this area now, and we'll go work on another city that, like I said, I will do as a sandbox, so I don't have to worry about money limitations or unlocking limitations, and I can just start building things as I go, and then I don't have to come back and, like with this, you know, I unlock the things that I actually want to use, and then I end up destroying the city, so I can just rebuild it. It's kind of bad. This is interesting, though. This isn't even... Is it high density? It is high density. That's why it's doing that. I made one block of high density. I forgot all about that. Okay. Well, that's what the city can be, if I decide to build something a little bit bigger there. But anyway, I've learned a little bit more about the game, thanks to this city, so let's go build an even bigger one, and I'll be having plenty of reference pictures out there so that I can more easily have a little bit of a vision. I would like to actually make a little curated city that... Oh, and I never finished the lake. Oh, let's finish the lake real quick. Terrain, water. We'll keep an island out there. That's a little interesting. Okay. So yeah, I could, on the interiors, landscape a little bit more, but yeah, whatever. God, that looks terrible, doesn't it? Anyway. Okay, well, I'll end this one here, and we will move on to a new city and start laying that out with all sorts of fun little ideas. See if we can't make it look less of a pixelated mess. This actually looks pretty bad from this distance. Visual distance. Anyway, I will end this one here and see you next time.